Hey, I'm JD. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe. Please hit like. I'm a flying watchmaker, and I'm flying an Airbus H225 using Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And I just wanted to take off, fly around, and perhaps land if I can successfully. So this is a really nice aircraft, the H225, fully configured. So if I step into the cockpit here, and let me see if I can do this. There we go. I'm in the cockpit. I've got myself a electronic flight bag over on the side. That's this device right here. I'm not sure if I can fold that in or not, but this is the electronic flight bag. It's really handy to have this because you can basically plan your flight on this if you really wanted to. But there I am in Papua New Guinea. And what's the aircraft? It's an I'm a WX-53 if you're looking for me. WX-53, and it's an airstrip. In Papua New Guinea, it's pretty high up. It's on a mountain somewhere, so I can center on the helicopter here. Lots of features with the electronic flight bag that's beyond flight planning, but kind of cool from a map perspective, right? And here's my all my panels here for the aircraft, the H225. So everything I need to use to fly is here. I'm not going to go through any of this. I'm just going to step outside for a second. You have to hit Control or Shift C, and you'll step outside the aircraft. And now I'm outside the aircraft, and I think I can back up a bit. That's forward, that's backwards. There we go. And I can walk around, which is kind of neat. So let's look around here. So I'm outside the aircraft right now, and as you can see, the foliage is moving around based on the downdraft of the aircraft, of the blades, the prop blades. And so just take a walk around and see if I can hit a limit here as I walk around. And there's a nice little building here. I'm not sure if I can go into the building or not. It's pretty interesting though. You could never do that before. Let me have a look. Is my helicopter still there? Yeah, there it is. It's funny how the grass kind of bounces up and down. That's not that realistic, but it's better than not moving at all. So here we go. I don't know if I can run in this game. I doubt it. And I doubt if I can open a door. Not sure. No, can't go in the building. That's fine. Let me see. What do I got here? A little bit of a fence. And look at the size of this thing here. You go all the way down the hill. I don't know if there's an exit here. If I go around the side, can I go down that hill? This is kind of a little bit of an adventure for me. I don't want to fall, so I'm assuming that it's not going to make me tumble down the hill and hurt the pilot. There we go. And it's not like other video games where you can run around, so it's just allowing you to see the local territory while your helicopter's still there. I'm not sure what that sign is over there. I wish I could move a little faster. Maybe there's a key that allows you to move faster, but I can't find it at the moment. What I'm going to do in 2 seconds, I'm going to climb this little hill here, and I notice that the volume, the sound of the aircraft is dimming, and it's from the left-hand side, which is kind of cool. So there's the edge of the runway. Yeah, there it is there. And where's my chopper? Where's my chopper? Get to the chopper! It's not a Tuma. And my helicopter is way over here. Yeah, there it is. I think that's in front of me. That's my chopper in front of me. If I go sideways a little bit here. Yeah, there you go. So it drew the model. So it's holding back on the model until you get close enough. And that's because this is run off the cloud. So you're not loading up everything into your computer right away. So it's supposed to give you a more realistic, better textures and stuff like that. If it's loading it later, you're getting the near textures, and you can do all kinds of settings to buffer that. So there is the chopper there. It's a beautiful helicopter. Trying to move smoothly around it here. And I'm outside the aircraft. Now if I jump in the aircraft, do that, now I'm in the aircraft. So now I'm in the helicopter, so now I get my feet on the pedals, because that's where they belong. I'm flying with the Warthog throttle here, and the Warthog stick. So, and the stick has got the AVA base. So this AVA base cost me $400 Canadian for this AVA base, but you can set the feel of the base, where the normal Warthog stick is kind of stiff in the center, and little movements are not possible, very difficult. So I'm going to look and see if I can basically throttle up here. So let me look down here, see if everything's fine. And I have this set so when I hit my trigger, it centers everything. And what I'd like to do now is turn on my Tobii eye tracker, and I'll show you how I do that. Go down like this, go to my Tobii experience, it'll come up on the screen like this. Go to my settings, it's already on. I can say enable here, or I could have done it on the back. And now I can close it down completely. And now the Tobii is enabled. I'm not sure if it's going to make me move or not, because before I've enabled Tobii, but I need to enable something else. So the second program I've enabled here is OpenTrack, and because Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 does not have Tobii eye tracking support for head movements, just eye movements, which is total crap. So they should have supported this well. So now I've got, as you can see, move my head. I've got nobody flying with me today. If I go all the way here like this, and it gets me all the way to the back. So so that's pretty crappy. And also I think maybe when I step outside, I can also use Tobii eye tracker. Let me just step outside and see if this works. I have to actually enable my screen. There we go. Step outside. And yes, it does. That's excellent. So now I can walk outside. It's allowing me to see where I'm walking. Walk around, there's the aircraft there. And beautiful view. And we're going to step outside now. There's the aircraft there. What a gorgeous view. There's a rotor head. So I'm thinking this is beautiful. Can I get under the aircraft here without hitting my head? Yeah, I kind of ducked, didn't I? That's kind of neat. So there we go. And with Tobii eye tracker, now I can move around like this. And there we go. So let's jump back in the aircraft. And I have my trigger set for centering. So when I hit that trigger, it'll center Tobii eye tracker. Now I'll look and see if my devices are active. Yes, they are. Yeah. So I got my cyclic, I got my pedals are working here. Everything's fine. So let's take off on the aircraft. And I've got all my helicopters set for difficult flying. So if I crash, it's your fault. I need to give this a little bit of pedal here. And here we are. There we go. And this is Papua New Guinea, so I want to make sure my flying is not too erratic here. And definitely don't want to hit a tree. A little bit more throttle. You got a cyclic and you got a collective, so I want to pull up on the collective a bit. Now normally in an aircraft, I think these Airbus aircraft, you normally would not need to deal with the throttle level on new aircraft like the H225, but I think on the 225 you do. So if I look down at, well, I don't see a throttle handle, so sometimes you don't see the handle where you twist the throttle. And what it does, it's got a variable throttle, and it just gives you the ability to, when you pull up on the collective, if you need more power, it gives it to you, which is kind of cool. It's a good way of doing it. So here we are, and there's a lot of trees here. This is Papua New Guinea, so just a gorgeous, gorgeous country. And there's a bush pilot who's out there who's got lots of YouTube videos. He's a professional, an actual professional bush pilot, and a pretty amazing guy. Go to his website. Just all you need to do is Google bush pilot or go on YouTube and type bush pilot and you'll see him. And he's got product and merchandise as well to sell. So I'm going to just come back and land, see if I can land this thing without crashing. Now you see in my electronic flight bag, it looks like a little tablet. Sometimes those EFBs are actually iPad minis. They're actual tablets. I know the Canadian military uses the iPad tablets for the electronic flight bag. Very, very capable, and they've got programs like FlightAware on there, and they get the Jepson maps are on there, so they know where they're going. So I'm just seeing if I can see where the runway was. Oh, there we go. It's over in the side there. So let me just over in the left. And I'm just going to hover close to it and then see if I can land. Now my landing gear are down. I never brought them up, which is fine. But you got to admit that the level of detail is phenomenal here in Flight Sim. So I'm going to make sure that my my aircraft is not going down too fast. I'm just playing with my throttle here. And I'm going to go down here very slowly. I'm on a hill, so I might be landing on a hill a little bit hard. A little bit of a hard landing, not terribly hard, but hard enough. And my brakes are on, because if I take the brakes off, the aircraft will slide back. So there you go. If I step outside the aircraft now, there is the back of the aircraft. This is an external view of the aircraft. So that's that there. I can zoom in on that view if I want to, like this. And I can use my Tobii eye tracker to look around again without a problem. And OpenTrack is helping me there. And if I step outside the aircraft like this, there, now I'm outside the aircraft. I use my WSAD keys to move around, and you can use your mouse to face whatever direction you want to face. And so I'm just going to do this, and I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm just going to turn around and I'm going to back up, and we'll see when the aircraft disappears. You can see my shadow in the background, and I'm backing up. And is the aircraft going to disappear? It might, not sure. Getting pretty far away from it. Obviously I'm not in the pilot seat right now, but I can jump in quickly by hitting Shift C. That jumps me back into the aircraft. There, right at this point in time, you can see that the aircraft is no longer textured. So the textures are removed, but just the solid body remains. And now the aircraft doesn't look like anything is there. So you just go back a little further. You can see some of the textures on the aircraft. So now when I move in closer, it draws the textures, and I move it a little closer, and there's the aircraft. So it's doing this, but normally you're inside the aircraft like this. There's an exterior view, and we jump inside the aircraft like that, and there I am. So that's it for the video today. This is Papua New Guinea, and you can have a look at Papua New Guinea, and flying around Papua New Guinea is pretty cool. I'm going to go exterior view and see if I can take off and maybe look at it a bit from the side and give it a little bit of throttle. And I need to give it some foot pedal here and right over the trees. There's a beautiful view right there, and I'm going to tuck in the landing gear. That's a button on my throttle I've got pre-programmed for landing gear. We just tuck that in here, and you'll see the landing gear come up. There it is there. Landing gear is tucked in, and that's the H225 aircraft. So once again, I'm JD. It's got me as JD SAR, Air Traffic Control. And thanks for tuning into my channel, and I'll see you next time.